So, I'm coming to you guys with the aftermath on the 1998 Chevrolet Lumina. The day after the demo. And man, this thing held up nice. Guys, it's finally occurred. As you can see by the big trophy there, we won. Finally. I know it's been a long time coming, but finally we have won a demolition derby. 26 cars in the heat, and I ended up somehow coming out on top. The only thing I can attribute that to is that this was a clean car, guys. This was a real clean car. And I also want to address everybody who came up to me. Once again, I know I said this last time I was in a demo, but especially this time, once again, guys, everybody who came up to me in the pit area and in the actual arena and congratulated me on a great run, thank you so much. It really appreciated, and you know, it means a lot to me. This was actually one of my bucket list items, guys. I mean, this is crazy to me. It's still not processing yet that I won. I am extremely proud of this car and extremely proud of myself, because I know it sounds kind of crappy that I am so proud of myself, but you know, this is a thing I just didn't know if I could do it, honestly. It just seemed like every time I was in a derby, it just seemed like something crappy happened, and well, that's part of the demo. I mean, when you do demolition derbies, you see these YouTubers, they win like demolition missions. He wins pretty often. Zach from Zach's Workshop wins pretty often, and most of the time when you're derbying, you don't win a whole lot. I mean, that's just the way it is, especially up here with as hard hitting as it is. The only way you're gonna win is, well, I guess driving like I did. I mean, I just put in reverse and I use the back end most of the time, but I'll go ahead and walk around this thing, guys. I am so proud of this car. I really am. It held up really, really well, and I still can't process the fact that I won. But like I said, the back end just was extremely solid on this car. It hasn't bent past my notches. The frame actually did go down. I just figured this out just this morning. Right here, it actually did go down, but then it went up, and the other side, because I left this bumper on, the other side went straight up, so I actually pulled this side up with it, and actually this side is almost more packing in nicely than this side, but the problem is that this side is really the carrier of the other side. So this side I'm proud of. This side especially did not bend past that notch. You guys can see that frame is still completely straight right up to the notch right here. This is where I notched it. You guys can see where I cut the metal right there. I believe that's where I cut the metal. And man, this thing just is like a wall, guys. I mean, this thing just did not bend after a certain period of time. And I tell you what, I'm not going to do a whole lot to this rear end because this car is running again, obviously. I'm probably going to pull it down a little bit so I have a little bit more, you know, it's just going to go straight back in. But, you know, if I pull it back down a little bit, I'll be happy to have a little bit more life, but I don't think it's going to bend much at all. I mean, you guys can see in here, we haven't even unpacked this car yet. But you guys can see in there, it's absolutely nicely coming in. Perfect trunk setup for Lumina. Honestly, I didn't expect it to come in that well. I knew it was going to come in. I was pretty confident it was going to come in pretty well, but I did not think it'd go that well or be that stiff at all. Every single tire is flat. I don't care about the back two. I can replace those, and I got 2 new tires that came off the back of this thing. I got 2 tires to put on the front, so I'm not too concerned. This one was flat when I pulled in the pit area, and the other one was not flat until this morning, so I'm going to be able to air up both of these and then pull it off the trailer. It does still run great. I'll fire it up in just a few minutes, guys. But let's go ahead and take a look at this front end, because this is quite interesting. all that's what's happening with this front end. The front end is almost completely straight. Surprisingly enough, I did take a few Camry set on, but that's all right. The frame is almost completely still straight. This side took the most damage. The frame is tweaked right there, and you can see it blew the seal right there. It's bent again back there. It is bent. I also took a hard shot right here, and it actually did tweak this frame a little bit right past that that hole in the frame, that factory hole. It's tweaked right up front. I don't know if you guys can see it. The sun is quite bright today. You guys can kind of see where it's tweaked there. Actually getting quite close to my radiator, actually. But overall, the frame is still very, very straight. You guys can see nothing really has moved under here. The lower core support is probably the most pushed in thing, but you know, I can just pull that back out, so that's not a big deal. Everything just held up really nicely. All the wiring just really did hold up nice. Hold on, let me get to this other side so I can show you everything else that's happening on this side. Pretty much nothing, guys. I don't think anything's bent on this side. I don't even think that's bent where the other side did. Nope. It's still completely straight on this side of the car, which I'd prefer. Unlike most people, I'd prefer this side to bend on the W bodies than this side, because usually when you bend this side of the W bodies, I've noticed that's when the rack and pinion tends to pull out of the steering gear. I mean, the whole thing the assembly pulls apart right under here where it connects from the steering wheel to the rack and pinion. I don't think I'm going to be able to get it, but the subframe is still completely straight. I do have a bent tie rod. The car does no longer drive straight, but you guys can see under there the subframe, as far as I can tell, is still completely straight, which is not like the Regal. The Regal bent in the back, and that's why I lost the rack and pinion on that. That's why it pulled out. It's because it bent back there. But on this car, since it's so solid, it didn't bend at all, I don't think. I mean, I'm gonna have to look at this footage, but because with the tires being flat, I can't really get under there, but I can get under there with this camera. And as you guys can see, it looks pretty decent under there. So no, I'm extremely proud of this car, guys. Let me go ahead and fire it up for you guys. Man, feels good, honestly. It just feels good. Should be able just to fire it up. Fires right up, obviously. The car barely took any damage up front. There it is. Running perfect. Just absolutely perfect. So be able to pull this thing off the trailer and well, assess the damage further, see if there is anything hidden that's actually causing issues. And hell, even my fans still work, guys, but I'm not going to turn them on right now because they don't need to be on. There we go. So just wow, guys, I'm just amazed. It still is getting me this morning that, you know, I got a big trophy and a pretty good size check, guys. Spinning wheels does pay pretty well. If anybody knows spinning wheels, they do a good job. There it is. So got a pretty good paycheck. The car paid off basically twice of itself. So I am so proud of this car. Man, it was great. So stay tuned for further updates on the Lumina, guys. This thing is going to get ran again. I'm not exactly sure where yet. I was thinking about running it at Herkimer, but there are some things that have changed about Herkimer that I'm going to have to assess. So we'll see. But if not Herkimer, then we'll definitely get her ran somewhere else. I'm not too concerned about it. So it will get ran again, guys. So stay tuned for more updates on Lumina. Stay tuned for a new car coming to the channel, guys. That is not a demo car. I will explain that in just a few videos from now. I do want to address something. This is the only negative part of the video. The GoPro. And I'm going to upload it after this video. The GoPro, unfortunately, we got halfway through the demo and the GoPro, unfortunately, randomly stopped recording. Don't know why, it just did. And so unfortunately we lost half the footage, including probably the better part of the demo, when I really was starting to get warmed up there, guys. I mean, towards the end I was starting to get warmed up and making the bigger shots. So unfortunately we lost quite a bit of footage for that as far as that goes, but this camera right here kept recording the entire time. We got some pretty decent footage. And I also got all the heats of the night, so my brother was recording those, so give him a little bit of a break. He doesn't record very often. When he does, he's not used to it, so give him a little bit of break there. So anyway, thank you guys for all the support. We finally did it. We finally did it. And hopefully here's to much more. So, alrighty guys, well stay tuned. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Like, comment, subscribe. Bye-bye everybody.